In this program, LTA5, loop through the array 5. I'm going to take an array that has 10, 20, 30, 40, and 50, and I'm going to print them out in a vertical column on the screen and end it all with the words "the end." And I'm going to use a pointer to do it. Here we go. I type out the contents of LTA5.c onto the screen. First I have hash include stdio.h, very necessary. All of your printf definitions, size of definitions are in here. You need that for this to run. Then void main, open curlies. Scooch on down. I declare a variable x of type int, a variable size of type int, and I explicitly assign it the value of 0. Then I create an array called the array, TA, with 5 elements, and I explicitly assign it the integer values 10, 20, 30, 40, and 50. I then create a variable called p, make sure that it's a pointer to data of type int, which is TA, and then I explicitly assign it to the TA array. So this p pointer now is pointing to the first element of TA, the TA array. Next, I get the size of TA, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 elements times 4 bytes. An integer is 4 bytes. That gives me 20 bytes. And I'm going to divide that by the size of int, which is 4 bytes. The bytes cancel, and you have 20 over 4. That's 5. So the number of elements is 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I just figured that out here, and I assign it to size. Size has 5 in it. I break into a for loop. I initialize x to 0. Then I set up the condition. Do all of these statements while x is less than 5. Let's move this up a bit. There we go. At the end of each loop, increment p and increment x. So if p is pointing to 10, the 0th element, I then increment it by 1, so it's pointing to the next element, 1. And then the next element, 2. And then the next element, 3, and then 4. I do the same thing with x. It's going to be incremented from 0 to 4, and ultimately to 5. Keep doing this while x is less than size, less than 5. All right. What's it going to do? One statement. Printf. I print out I have here a format specifier and a new line character within quotes, and I feed it p. Oops, no, the data that's being pointed to by the p pointer. So p is pointing to the 0th element, but star p is pointing to 10. So I'm going to feed 10 to %d, then 20 to %d, then 30 to %d, and every time I feed it to this guy, it's going to be followed by a carriage return line feed, knocking it down 1 line. And then printf. 2 new line characters, the end, 2 new line characters, and that's it. End of program. Okay, first thing we do, gcc LTA5.c. That's the name of the loop through the array 5.c. And then what I'm going to do is the output file is going to be in a file called LTA5.exe. And I hit enter. And it's done. Next thing we do is run the program. LTA5. If I don't put on an exe extension, it'll assume that's what I'm talking about. So I just hit enter now. And bingo, there we go. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Exactly what was in the array. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Except every time I printed it out, I followed it with a new line character, knocking it down to the next line. And there we go. This is George Bull. Thanks for listening. Please rate and share this video. and good luck.